to close the rift. Rift closed. 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 Victory!
Hey, what's up, man? Hello. It's killing time until Shinobi drops. How you doing? I just got in the door, had a very busy evening. Feed the cats, had to run errands. Get back here in time. I'm surprised I did. I thought it was supposed to come out at 8, not 9. I thought I was late, but I ended up being early. It's not like it matters anyway. Let me see where a champion belt drops. Maybe I can... Oh, this person wants more help. Okay. Sure. Yep, Shinobi's in like 10 minutes. I'm just knocking out some stuff on this really quick because I got back earlier than expected. I thought it came out at 8, not 9.
4, 3, 2, 1. Escort the payload.
Don't need to be on right the minute it drops anyway. If I can get some keys out of helping this person, that's pretty good. Because this game is going to last a lot longer than Shinobi. I got some pretty good drops today. I'll show you guys after this. I got like a best in slot drop today for this character, so that's pretty exciting. It's this right here. It's like best in slot for this character, so it gives you lifesteal. Yeah, I wish these people would ask for help on the quick ones. The ones that you can do in like 2 minutes. Be preferable. Ones I can knock out in like a minute flat. I want more of those. But it's good that they have a system that encourages you to help people, because a lot of online games are missing stuff like this. You actually get like end-game materials for doing this, which is really cool. The game's got its fair share of auto-scrollers like this, so I think it's nice that, like, hey, people want help with them, I totally get it, but it's nice that it gives you, like, actual bonuses for doing it. I'm at the end game, so this is a curb stop. let me see which one drops the champion belts. I think we'll do like one run of that, and then it'll be time for Shinobi. It's, okay. Let's see how much kindness I got. Oh, not enough.
I'm unstoppable! Excuse my knuckles! My knuckles! Unstoppable! I'm unstoppable! Excuse my knuckles!
You're not gonna believe this. It gave me the thing that was like a 10% chance instead of the one that was an 80% chance. It's the classic video game XCOM 99%, you know, you miss. XCOM will tell you it's 99% and you still miss. Even though that should be, like, basically impossible. That's exactly what happened. That's such baloney. I can't believe that. Well, I don't have another map there, so I can't continue. That's such baloney. I can't believe that. I needed the blueprints before I could continue. I don't think I got any of the pieces yet, though, so it's not really that big of a deal. Alright, we can run these. I gotta get rid of some of these. Okay, so I need Lambda and Omega. How many keys do I have before I commit to this? 2?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out of my way!
Out of my way! chest. Need to get my 0% chance to get what I want.
You're no match for my fists. Excuse my knuckles. I'm unstoppable.
Why is this chest so hard to find? It's been found already. This map is too long. Maybe it's up here in the corner. Just trying to get this done quick, but it's giving me bad map RNG. Oh, there it is. Alright, glad I didn't go around in the circle again. That would have been crappy.
Out of my way. Out of my way.
Oh, I don't have these ones. I just did that for nothing. Could have sworn I had one of those. Oh man. Could have sworn I had one. Well, I just wasted my time. It wasn't going to give it to me anyway. It's only a 15% chance. It's nothing to get upset about. That's my fault more than anything. That's not the game's fault. I could go back in there with the key, actually. Let's try to get one. If I go back in there, the chest will still be there. Oh, I can get 2. Actually, I can get 3. Let me recycle some of these maps and go back in. I'm glad I didn't replace the map. To get rid of some of these should be enough. Go back in. unusual, which means it's the lowest, second lowest chance. Let's go back in. So I need to hit the second one. If I don't hit the second one, then it's GG's. I might actually stop playing this for a while because they said that they're going to make it easier to get the keys. So the endgame in this is weird. It's not like you know, Diablo, Path of Exile and stuff where you can like self-sustain. You're always going to run out of keys. Keys are like the biggest problem. Where's the chest? Or did it just refresh the whole thing again? I hope not. I want to just go straight back. Yeah, it says it's completed. Where the heck is the chest? Put my shield up so I don't die. I'm just gonna skip everything. Get my garbage drop and then play Shinobi. Should be up here. Clear this out. Oh man, I don't have those. Alright. There's a simple solution for this. It's only a 28% chance. Alright, well here goes. No, great, I got nothing. Oh, never mind. I did get a new rifle for the compendium, but I didn't get anything worthwhile. Alright, it's time for ninjas. That was, fruitless. Should probably... Actually, I'll still play this game, but I'll probably just focus on leveling up the account level until they make that patch with the keys. Nice. going to play better in that game than his own game. I didn't really like Dead Cells that much. I thought that game was okay. I definitely didn't think it was as legendary as people said it was. Okay, so I guess I gotta restart Steam. Let's put on some music. It is time. The year of the ninja continues. There it is. Alright, it's ready. So you know what that's time for. Everyone rise for the Ninja National Anthem. It's time for the Ninja National Anthem. Hey, wait a minute. Where did it go? Hold on a sec. Oh, it's because I renamed it. That's why. Hold on.
The end. The one fate that awaits us all.
Looks like the beginning is the same as the demo. Just gonna have a lot less cool stuff, I imagine.
Hello, dear. Beautiful morning, isn't it? A warm breeze is especially nice. I can only... Well, your students can't become...
Sensei, I know you're busy leading the clan and all, but... He said they're here for the...
I shall strike you dead. Oh! You just sealed your fate!
Well, Alvi, they give you, the demo for this was actually really good, because it gave you, like, half of the game mechanics that you're not supposed to have at that point. So you can actually see
Too many of them.
how the game plays, which, me, personally, I prefer that kind of demo to the one that where they just start you at the beginning, because, especially for the kinds of games I play, you have, like, barely any mechanics at the beginning, right? So, it doesn't really represent what the game's going to be like when you play it, you know, past the demo for, like, sometimes even only, like, an hour. So, they can't really carry over the progress, because they're giving you stuff that's probably distributed, you know, unlocked later on. So, that's why. And it was only the first level anyway, so it's not like it was a huge demo. It wasn't a very generous demo, but mechanics-wise, it was very generous. They gave you, like, a good, like, half of the moveset, so you could see what the combat was like. I'm not entirely sure if I would have bought this game and pre-ordered it and everything if the demo was just, you know, you only had, like, 2 moves or something. But yeah, it's a good thing. I've played too many demos where they give you, like, 1 move. It's like, oh, you get to carry over your progress. You know, I would much rather prefer, like, a mid-game demo with, like, a decent chunk of the combat mechanics unlocked, so I can see what the game is actually going to be like. The Tales of Arise demo was, like, really good for that, too, because it basically gave you all the main mechanics, so... Fortunately, people got excited that there was more to it than the demo, and it kind of wasn't. And I can kind of see why they don't do that often, but I prefer that kind of demo. The Arise demo was pretty good.
Gotcha. Your piercing eyes make the perfect targets.
Yeah, the demo is basically just this level, but with more stuff than you're supposed to have, which I think was a good thing.
May death
Hey there, this new fella. Well, he's been cold, so I figure I've had my eye on those.
Oh, wow. They didn't have that in the demo.
So, the... Just destroyed your... Come on! What do you got? I'm gonna mangle you, little man! You're gonna regret ever being born! You're gonna regret ever being born!
Despite defeating Ruse's warrior ape, Musashi's efforts were in vain. Before he even had a chance to save them, the village had been razed and the Oboro clan was turned to stone. Ruse's display of might was more than inhuman. It surpassed even the ability of demons. But there was no time to muse on this. A fire had been ignited in the heart of the Oboro leader, flickering flame, of revenge. A flame to be kindled by the destruction of evil. A flame that Musashi will only see extinguished when Ruse lies dead at his feet.
So this is pretty much the start of Ninja Storm and Hurricaneger. Like, basically the... Well, I think in Hurricaneger they died, right? In Hurricaneger they died, but in Ninja Storm it was sanitized, so they made them trapped. So this is more like Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Oh man, I don't want to do an auto-scroller. Don't want an auto-scroller right after I get past the demo. No auto-scrollers, please. Hope you can skip this later. I hate auto-scrollers. It's always the worst thing in games, just make you wait. Just give me like an actual level. No more auto-scrollers, please. I hate this. We're having fun with the normal gameplay. We're gonna take that away. Make you do an auto-scroller. Why? Nobody likes auto-scrollers. Anybody that does, I question their sanity. I hate stuff like this so much. I don't want to ever be stuck on rails like this. I just want the regular gameplay. Please end soon. Hopefully this isn't like 15 minutes long. Hope it's ending soon. This is trash. I get it, you proved your point. You made a beautiful auto-scroller. Let's get back to the regular game now, please. Guess they have to pad out the game somehow because people don't like short games anymore. They want every game to be 200 hours long. You don't have to copy the auto-scrollers from the old Shinobi games. You just, like, not have these. It's very mechanically boring. Alright, can we end this, please? I get it. Why don't you just make a cutscene of this instead of making me actually play it? No more of this, please. Well, at least you get something for doing it. I don't know why that was mandatory. What's the point of that?
Despite his best
it looks
efforts,
nice.
Musashi could not
It looks
catch up
nice,
to
but
his elusive nemesis.
not really that interesting.
He would have to tear Ian E-Corp to pieces if he wanted any chance of reaching Ruse. And he knew if he didn't do it soon enough, there would be nothing left on Earth to save.
The worst auto-scroller is, the one in the first Bayonetta. That is the worst auto-scroller ever made.
Sensei, can you hear me? It's Tomoe. I'm with Wow, I heard that clear as a bell. Remember how you asked me to find out as much as Well, I've heard of 2 different places that apparently we should try to spoil as many of Ruse's plans.
The auto-scroller in Bayonetta was,
I've heard
by
a
far the
rumor
worst.
about... You may want to check that out.
Because it was like 10 minutes long, and every time you rolled, the screen rotated. It was very disorienting as well. I think that is the worst auto-scroller I've ever done. Which
The
sucks
Lantern
because the
Festival's
music is
held in the
awesome.
city just to cry. I wonder what...
Psycho was they actually changed the gameplay quite a bit with that auto-scroller, but it was too long. 10-minute auto-scrollers just aren't fun. Especially in that game, like, getting the max rank in that game was already quite challenging, but then you had to do it on the auto-scrollers as well, so if you mess up once, you know, you can't speed it up. You gotta do the whole thing all over again. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, you know what, I'm just never going to get fewer platinums in Bayonetta, because it would require mastering that auto-scroller.
Well, that ought to keep...
You just sealed your fate!
I never played the 3DS Shinobi. How was it? I played the older Shinobis, but like very little because I didn't have a Genesis. I was a Nintendo kid. I did play Shinobi 3 a little bit, and then I played the PS2 ones, Shinobi and Nightshade or Kunoichi, whatever you want to call it. I beat both of those games. That was my biggest exposure to Shinobi because it was on a platform I had. I remember playing the Return to Shinobi at a friend's house. Yeah, the Ninja Gaiden stuff I played a lot more.
Versace again? So we must not...
There are some auto-scrollers that are fun. but they're few and far between. I think the problem with auto-scrollers is even if you do find them fun, they lose their luster on the second playthrough because it's basically just waiting, right? Mario Brothers 3, as great of a game as it is, has way too many auto-scrollers. So much so that, like, the speed runs for it are like a decent chunk of it is auto-scrollers. Like, if they didn't have the auto-scrollers, the game would be a lot shorter. Bayonetta auto-scrollers are a pretty good example of that, in my opinion. They're a cool concept, but they're also like 10 minutes long each. And the game expects you to play through it like 4 times, so you gotta think about how much time you're spending not doing the normal gameplay. Which is why I think you should just like not have auto-scrollers at all. Especially if you intend for the game to be replayable. The worst was trying to pure platinum those. Because it was way more frustrating than, you know, getting hit or messing up in the regular gameplay. Because, you know, the progress is fixed. That's always why I've hated them. Yeah, that game is shit. I know about that game. Something down here? I thought there was a secret down there. Gotta say the music in this is kind of uninteresting. I need a Yamaha 2612 alternate soundtrack. This soundtrack is just not doing it for me. I thought the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound soundtrack was pretty good. It's a lot better than this so far. Like, I could barely hear it. It's not catchy. It's a major downgrade from the Genesis games. Even the PS2 games. Those games had incredible soundtracks. It wasn't, you know, retro sounding, but it was very good. A lot better than this. This is just not doing it for me, man. For what it's worth, I like the Streets of Rage 4 soundtrack. I thought most of it was pretty good. Some I didn't vibe with. Didn't feel like beat-em-up music, but I don't know, this is, I can't even, like, I've heard it loop like twice and I don't recognize any of it. Like, just get all the best chiptune artists to make a soundtrack for this, because this is not doing it for me. I had a feeling when I played the demo, like 10 times, and I could barely remember the music. That's a bad sign. First level music is supposed to get you hyped for the rest of the game. Shmups understand this very well. You know, you're gonna hear the first track the most in a shmup, so it needs to be good. So far, this music is unmemorable. I know they advertised Koshiro was in this, but he probably did like 2 tracks like he did for Street Spore. Street Spore is very much a passing of the torch. I really think they would have thrown whatever money they would have at him to get him to make all the music, but he only did like a couple tracks. He did the one that you hear the most, the first level, and that was a good track. So it's not like his involvement was bad, but I think people were disappointed it was reduced in involvement to what people expected. Like, why can't you just get him to make a soundtrack like Shinobi 3 or Revenge? Why can't you just do that? This is... I can't even hear it, barely. Now, the soundtrack for the PS2 Shinobi games was obviously more modern. You know, it wasn't Genesis hardware, but that soundtrack was very good. This is kind of lacking. It's just kind of there. It's not really noticeable. Well, hopefully it does well and they put a better soundtrack in. I need some hype Yamaha 2612 music. Oh, there's quite a bit of moves they didn't have in the demo.
Let's see who comes out on top. May death reign. You'll regret facing me. Gotcha. May death reign. You'll regret facing me. see who comes out on top. That's it. You'll regret facing me. Let's see who comes out on top.
Okay, how does it want me to get back up there? Go up there, please! What kind of whack platforming is this? He doesn't go up. This is just annoying. It's not fast. Can I just get back up there? Like, what the fuck does it want me to do? Will he break that or no? Oh, of course he can't break that. Go around this weird way instead of just continuing to go forward. Go up, please! Ah, this is obnoxious. Die to this shitty platforming. So annoying, man. Like, I don't understand why that platform has to fall down. Like, how much does he weigh? Is he secretly 400 pounds or something? That was the first instance of platforming in this game I didn't like. Unfun. Are you back to having just fast platforming again, no slow stuff? This game's been catfishing me a lot with secrets. You think there's something over there and there's not. Platforming's better than Ragebound, though. Ragebound movement was very disappointing. The movement in this game is a lot better. Ragebound was a good game, I just didn't like it enough to really play it again. I thought the movement was very shallow. It tried too hard to make it like the sequel to the NES trilogy. I felt like that was its biggest fault. And like, you can, it's okay, you know, it's a ninja game, you can expand the movement a little bit more than just jump and copy the cloud step from Messenger. That's pretty much all the movement in that game is.
Let's see who comes out on top.
It's very one-dimensional.
Your piercing eyes make the perfect targets.
Feel the healing.
good platforming again. It's alright, Faye. Soon they're gonna start doing AI music. Because they don't want to pay artists anymore. There's that new, like, medium-sized game on Steam. Not this, but some other game that came out today. They're getting pretty heavy accusations of using
Shinobi's nearing the
AI.
weapon, sir. Permission to fire?
Give him it.
Apparently you're supposed to disclose it now, but they don't. It's gonna be the first AAA company to try to get away with using AI music. Anything but paying the actual artists. You know they have the money to do it. Anything to save a quick buck.
Let's see who comes out on top.
Shinobi's nearing the weapon. Sir, the Shinobi's discovered the prototype,
Protect the weapon at all costs.
including our...
Not enough iframes. This boss is kind of uninteresting. First boss was better. They better give me a boss that can stagger. This game's got too many cool moves to have just hyper armor boss fights. Not looking too good so far, though. gonna have hyper armor bosses, I would prefer if they're like this, where they die quick. There are plenty of combo heavy games that have hyper armor boss fights, but they have like 10 billion health. This game hasn't been like that. You know, if you know the pattern and you optimize you use most of the moveset, they do go down pretty quick, which is the lesser of two evils, in my opinion. It sucks when they make like a combo game, but all the bosses are in hyper armor and they just give them way too much health, and it's not as fun. Oh wow, that was sick. How useful that counter is, because I tried it on the first boss and it didn't connect even one time. Is it one of those useless counters? Might be one of those counters that looks really cool in like
moving in and out of this area recently.
a boss fight video where they reset like 20 times to get the right footage.
I've got a feeling they're doing...
Like, very impractical to use otherwise. Like, you wouldn't go for it unless you're going for style points. You know, the hitbox on it doesn't seem very generous.
Looks like they've got some mining up. I guess there's only...
Well, why don't you take...
Gotta say, this deluxe edition is actually well worth the price. It's only like, what, like $10 more? You get a soundtrack, you get a DLC level. I mean, the fact that you get a physical soundtrack is enough in my opinion. I mean, whether you like the soundtrack or not is subjective, obviously, but you don't really have a lot of ownership over music anymore, so I'm all for that. The whole 3 days early thing, the only reason I did it was because otherwise it's going to come out the same day as Lost Soul Aside. I don't want, like, 2 big games on the same day. It's a little bit too much. It's nice, I guess, but it'll be worth it when the early access period is over. Good value. Gonna make me pay extra to play the game on the actual release date. They should be something like this. Like actually a fair amount of stuff, not just like a useless wallpaper or something. Are you kidding me? A guy put me in that much hit stun? Wow. Like an hour of hit stun, I just couldn't move. All the way back here, too.
Target spotted.
Coward, come over here and fight with melee. Random Call of Duty protagonist ruining everything. Projectile spam. This time.
Wait, the city cannot enact.
Why is the cycle so slow? I gotta stand there forever. Oh my god, come on, man! Those obnoxious enemies don't serve any purpose. They're not challenging, they're just annoying. There's always like little flying fuckers in every game. Nobody likes them. Stop putting them in everything. Especially when you have like limited ammo.
Attention, I'll find and kill. Under no circumstance may he be.
You're the boss? Don't let him get away! For Lord Rouge! just in their attempt. Now.
Telefragged.
Show me your true power.
Oh, come on, I tried to go into the Nimpo. Just not gonna have any human bosses, are we? Just big walls of armor. Getting tired of it already. He gave me this combo system and then no bosses to let you use it. Why? I saw that there's at least one that staggers. I wish all of them did. Just fight like normal guys. Oh wow, no damage. Speed clear.
Fine.
No damage, speed clear.
Naoko! Run now! Sensei Rose is here! At your house! Hurry!
Darling. Tomoe and... Yep.
Oh, Sensei. I suppose because that's what I just wish.
Tomoe!
How tragic. I'd hoped to arrive and... I am no enemy. To fuel the cycle of life and death. A single mortal is selected each year to become the next Anku, the new Grim Reaper. None can escape this duty once chosen. The mantle of the Reaper must be passed. However, when the last great exchange grew nigh, the next Reaper somehow refused. Refusing to abandon his loved ones, This man named Ruse rejected destiny itself and stole away the source of the Anku's power, the Death Sight. Ruse harnessed his newfound powers to amass a fearsome army under the ENE Corp banner, with the sole intention of ruling the world. I am the Anku, traveler of dimensions. I wholly understand if you don't believe me. Perhaps you would. That's right. And if he continues reaping solely for Joe Musashi, Musashi and the Anku united their efforts against ENE Corp and its fearsome leader. Ruse was being constantly supplied with a near-endless power by the Death Sight. So if the Anku was the only one who could reclaim his weapon, he had a vital role to play in Ruse's defeat. Still grieving over Tomoe and Yamato, the vengeful Shinobi could not bear any further heartache.
Is he just gonna leave his wife with, like, the whole area on fire? He just leaves? What? What? He just bails.
Whenever Ruse makes use of the
Are you
Sight's
going to, like,
power
put
on
your
a
wife
grand
in
scale,
onboard sun at safety somehow?
This
Like,
is how I will
or just
track him
walk
down.
away? What a great wife and father.
As I do this, you should disrupt his front line. With enough pressure, Ruse will be forced to...
He just leaves. He just bails on his wife. Just stay in this fiery hellscape, alright? It's fine. No big deal. His wife is just standing there, pregnant, and he just leaves. I think it would have been helpful to have, like, at least some kind of story blurb that said, like, you know, maybe he got some place to put her where she could be safe, and, you know, the ENE Corp doesn't understand that she's there. And nope, he just kind of walks away. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, have a snack, and we'll probably do more Relic Hunters and Shinobi, but I'm going to take a brief intermission. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.